Hi, my name is Cameron Nero, and today I'll be teaching you about estimating regression parameters. Now, what exactly is estimating regression parameters? When we're looking at estimation of regression parameters, we are simply analyzing the relationship between two variables. It is a technique to determine the statistical relationship between a dependent variable and an independent variable. Now, looking at our formula for estimating linear regression parameters, the y is our dependent variable in our prediction line in our model. The b naught is a constant in our prediction model that shifts our graphs up or down, which affects where our line crosses the y-intercept. Our b1 is our slope coefficient that linearly affects our x, our independent variable, similar to the mx on the slope-intercept equation. The epsilon variable represents our random error, and all in all, the linear regression parameter formula is the summation of b naught, b1, b2, all the way up to bi, where I is the number of independent variables. Now, looking at an example in the real world, we pulled an example of Hooke's law. The definition of Hooke's law is that it is a principle of physics that states that the force needed to extend or compress a spring by some distance is proportional. Hooke's law can be expressed mathematically as F equals negative kx, where F is the force applied to the spring, x the displacement of the spring, or the change in distance when the force is added, and k is our spring constant. In my example, we added 10 different weights in increments of 50 grams and recorded the displacement of the spring on the table to the left. After recording these values, we put them onto a graph with the weight being on the x-axis and the displacement of the spring being on the y-axis. We then drew a linear regression line, and that formula can be seen on the graph, with the y-intercept being negative 0.1095 and the slope being 0.0209. Estimating regression parameters is very useful, especially in our Hooke's law problem, because as we as engineers, we want to make sure that our example is good enough for us to use. So drawing this regression parameter line, we are able to tell how closely related these two variables are, and we are able to determine if this is a good example for us to use, and if we're able to make future predictions off of this model. Thank you. That was estimating regression parameters.